There's always one person who shows up when something breaks. A flat bicycle tire, a chain that won't move, a problem everyone else is staring at like it's unsolvable. And while people hesitate, scroll, or quietly wait for someone else to handle it, they just kneel down and start fixing it. No panic, no overthinking, no "this isn't my job." Just quiet focus, like the solution was already waiting somewhere in their hands. If that person is you, you probably don't think much of it. You just see something broken and your body is already moving. But what's driving that instinct is not what most people assume. People reach for the word perfectionism when they try to describe this, but that's not quite right. Perfectionists want things flawless. This is different. It's not about flawless, it's about resolved. The moment something registers as broken, a quiet discomfort activates, persistent, low level, and it doesn't release until the thing is handled. That's not a personality quirk, that's a trained nervous system. Think about the environments that build this. A household that ran on chaos, where catching something early was a form of staying safe. A parent who was unreliable, so the child learned to handle things before the situation could deteriorate. Or something quieter, a kid who got praised for being capable, for not needing anything, for figuring it out. The approval lived in the solution.
In all of those environments, the brain makes a reasonable calculation. It builds a rule. Unresolved things are dangerous. Handle them before they handle you. That rule doesn't retire when the environment that created it does. You grow up, you leave, the chaos is gone, but the rule keeps running. So you tighten the screw at someone else's house. You answer the email nobody else answered. You lie awake at night mentally fixing things that haven't broken yet. It doesn't feel like a rule, it feels like just who you are. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. Because over time, that wiring starts shaping the world around you, quietly, without announcement. You become the person everyone brings their broken things to. The dynamic settles without anyone deciding it. One person handles things, the others release the problem the moment you're in the room. And you don't object. You step in before you're even asked.
But what nobody sees, including sometimes you, is what accumulates underneath all that competence. A slow, structural exhaustion, not the kind that sleep fixes. The specific loneliness of being reliably capable in a room full of people who've stopped wondering if you're okay. The painful irony of being so dependable that you've made yourself invisible. You won't ask for help, even when you're stretched, especially when you're stretched. You project calm. You say, "I've got it." And you mean it. You always figure it out. But figuring it out alone every single time has a cost that never shows up on the outside. It just quietly accumulates somewhere no one thinks to look. Here's the part most people resist. You don't fix things because you're controlling. You fix them because your brain decided, under real conditions, that broken things left unattended carry risk. That was a reasonable conclusion. Given what you were working with, it was probably exactly right. But most of what's broken around you now will survive being left alone. The rule was written for a world that no longer fully exists, and rules written for old environments don't update automatically. They just keep running, issuing instructions, sending you back to the bike with a wrench at 9 in the evening when nothing is actually on fire.
You're not broken for being this way. You built something genuinely useful. The question is just whether you're still choosing it, or whether the rule is choosing for you. The difference between those two things is everything. Some people will finish this and be back under the hood within the hour. That's fine. But if something in here finally named what you've been carrying, save it. Share it with someone who'd recognize themselves in it. And if you want more of this psychology that goes underneath the surface, not just across it, subscribe. There's more coming.